Hey, viewers and viewesses, my name is General Red Strategist, and welcome back to F My Life. Phil's joining me. How you doing, Phil?
We're about to go over some interesting events and help people out, as we usually do with FML. We've done four or so of these now.
Yeah, something like that. Indeed.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of fun. Just to read what people say, and then we can give our own opinions about various things, and then we assess how we can help these people out, even though they're probably not watching this video.
Phil,
but there you go, eh?
Phil, I need help right now. Getting to the Jerry Anderson store to get myself a Thunderbird 2 with Thunderbird 4 model kit. Man, I see a fantastic advert on the screen
I've got
right
an advert for Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo?
Alfa Romeo car.
Nice.
And then you know what's... there's another advert for Toyota. Ooh, two competing adverts.
Yes, I guess you've been looking at cars recently online, have you? Or at least in the past? Oh, apparently not. Okay, never mind.
Actually I will say that because obviously I want to get a new car. I want to get a new Seat. So I have been looking at various different Seats as well. So yeah, definitely the car showrooms, they won't be too far till opening now.
No, they won't be. Indeed.
Be able to have a look.
Yes. In that case, Phil, do you want to start us off with our first FML?
I'm happy to start us off, yeah. Okay, so let's start off with Woohoo Party Time! Exclamation mark. I don't know how we did that, but hey ho. Woohoo, did you know as well, just on an off-topic thing, Woohoo is actually the term in The Sims for when the Sims go and have sex.
Oh, right. They go have woohoo, do they?
Yeah, it's funny.
Yes, they do the woohoo.
Today, after 22 years, I finally got promoted to senior tech. My wife bitched about the reheated lasagna, and I drank a fifth of whiskey. A celebration dinner to remember.
Oh dear. Wow, how sad. Unfortunately, you just guess it wasn't one of those days. Congratulations, though, on your promotion.
That's fantastic news.
Indeed. I'm sure plenty of people out there appreciate all the hard work you've put in order to get that promotion, OP.
Yes, so, you'll be getting the more money and everything.
Indeed.
I'm sure you'll have a good time together. Your wife may have had a bit of time about the lasagna, but what's a fifth of whiskey? What's that sort of portion?
Yeah. Well, what size bottle are we talking here? Because I feel like that could be dramatically different depending on the size of the bottle or something. But I don't know. Then again, I'm not a whiskey drinker, so maybe it's a particular amount, and I just don't realise. But
yeah, it's quite alcoholic as whiskey, isn't it? You can only drink a certain bit, because it really can get to you.
Indeed, it can. Never actually drunk it before, though, so never had whiskey.
No, neither have I, no.
I'm more of a cider person. Even then, I haven't really been, I don't actually drink cider as often as I used to. But yes, it's more like a treat, a rare treat now. Indeed.
It can be for some people, but I think in this person's case, I assume their wife will celebrate with them later on.
Yeah,
maybe it will be a nice celebration dinner.
Might just be one of those days, unfortunately, but it
22
happens.
years though. Yeah, that's a fair old whack at a job.
Yeah, indeed. So you've been at it quite a while. Good job. That's all. That's what we'll say.
Good job. Well done.
Yeah.
Fantastic work.
Okay, on to the next one, I do think. So, Technomage is the one who posted this one, cut short. Today, my first day at the job, I went up to my co-worker and began to ask her name. She cut me off and snapped, "I have a name, FML." Yeah, co-worker needs to chill out a little bit here.
Yeah, we're about to ask your name. Yeah,
indeed.
Don't know why you're getting cut off. She sounds a bit snappy.
Yeah. Again, maybe she's just having a bad day or something and just didn't realise you were new on the job. But then again, I would have thought maybe she would realise you're new because you're someone she doesn't recognise, perhaps, unless she confused you with someone else. But
yeah,
maybe,
I wonder if she said "I have a name" because you went something like "excuse me" or something. I have a name. All right, I'm just coming up to ask you your bloody name, you fucking cow.
Even if you say "excuse me" or something like that, that's like a polite way of addressing someone. Yeah. So it's not like an insulting way to address someone at all. So even then, it just seems very unreasonable as a response. But
I know.
Okay.
I have a name.
Yeah.
How snappy was snappy as well? Was it really snappy?
Snappy as a crocodile, Phil.
Yeah, snap.
There. There we are.
Sounds like a zombie, that does.
I know it does, doesn't it?
It does come out there.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing. Have you ever had a snappy co-worker or a co-worker that's been a bit nasty?
I've had co-workers in previous jobs, in some of my previous jobs, who haven't been snappy towards me, but have maybe had arguments with each other. I've not had kind of direct experience of someone, like that towards me. But yeah, like I say, I remember when I was a cafe worker in a supermarket cafe, you had the odd. Sometimes there were a couple of occasions where, like new employees, sometimes who came in who were, had a bit of kind of rocky relationships with other employees.
It's annoying when I mean, you can't get on with everyone, but you do spend a lot more time with your co-workers than anyone else, even your own family.
Indeed.
So you do have to try and get on with them. Yeah, like I've got a few co-workers in the past who I've not really got on with, but you just have to grin and bear it, really, don't you? At the end of the day,
you do. Yeah, not much you can do about that. Well, OP, hopefully, your co-worker realised very quickly that
it was the first day.
Yeah, it was your first day, and that she was a bit fucking brusque with you there. And so, who knows? Maybe maybe you'll kind of smooth things out, and actually she'll turn out to be a good friend. You never know.
Yeah,
things can turn out that way.
Indeed.
Well, on to the next one then, I do think.
Okay, bougie. Today, I went to the Louis Vuitton store to repair the broken handle on my handbag. Upon review, they told me that my handbag was not an authentic Louis Vuitton. I essentially paid $1,600 for a fake that I can no longer use.
Okay, 2 points here.
Ouch.
2 points. 2 points from me on this one.
Go on then.
Number one, where did you originally buy this handbag from? Because if it didn't come from a Louis Vuitton store, how do you...
Exactly.
You don't know if it's an authentic one unless it comes from a store itself. And also, $1,600 for a handbag.
I told you this, Andrew, actually.
Yeah.
If you remember, our So You're Being Hunted episode, the school trips. If you remember the school trip that I said when I went to Paris, we actually went into a Louis Vuitton shop just for a bit of fun.
You did,
and we found out the least expensive thing was a handbag that was $2,000.
Oof.
I know.
God,
it's just unfathomable the prices you can spend on these things, and when you've got money to throw at these things, they're just doing things like this. But I know.
God. I'm not trying to judge too much. At the end of the day, other people can do whatever the hell they want with their money. But God, still $1,600. $2,000 as well. As you said in that store in Paris. Oof. It's just a lot of money to throw down on something that you can't actually drive it. But yeah,
I can't actually drive it. Yeah, I can see why. With regards to your first point, why people have more gone to the "you deserved it" side.
Yeah.
Because if you realise it wasn't genuine, usually you need to go to a Louis Vuitton shop. And how did they? What methods did they use to assess that it wasn't authentic?
That's the thing, because I'm thinking, where would they originally have bought this from? Possibly like an online retailer or something, or maybe like a second-hand store. So it's difficult. And I think if you can't verify if it is a genuine one, then bloody hell, do not pay that much money for it.
I won't pay anything like that. Very good. $1,600. The Louis Vuitton knows how to charge, don't they?
Yes.
Well, this might not be a Louis Vuitton, but yeah. And also, how broken was your handle?
Yeah. Absolutely. So
sounds like a euphemism, doesn't it? How broken? Hey, how broken was your handle?
Oof, my handle is very broken right now. Reading this bloody flipping FML right here.
Oh, the prices.
Deary me. So yeah, I think I have sympathy for you, but at the same time, I am kind of leaning a bit more towards the "you deserved it." Hate to say. So unfortunate for you there, OP.
Very unfortunate there.
Over to me then for this next one by Hannah. Size 0. Today I've been trying for 5 days to gain weight, which for me requires stuffing myself to the point of exploding. I haven't slept in days because I'm constantly digesting food. Oh dear.
Ooh, okay.
This is an interesting one.
So I assume you're a bit underweight and you're trying to just trying to gain weight to get into a nice size.
Indeed.
Don't worry, I feel for you. I'm on the very underweight scale as well. And it's that's not nice when you have stuffing yourself to the point of exploding, because you just have that horrible full sensation.
Yeah.
And it's like we felt, me and you have felt when we've had those barbecue calzones.
Oh yeah, do you remember those?
Oh my god. When I had one of those, I felt full right through to tea the next day.
Indeed.
It was that bad.
Man,
yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know, this is a bit of a kind of old reference back when I used to live up north, and me and Phil would visit each other, and we'd go to a local takeaway, and we used to get like these massive fucking barbecue chicken calzones or whatever they were. And yeah, they're pretty fucking big. And it's like just several pieces of it fills you up instantly. And then
and you had some for breakfast and lunch. I remember there was a funny Being Hunted episode where you couldn't stop talking about it. That was the day where you had the calzone. It's like, oh, it's so full. It's so salty. Yeah.
Yes, that's the thing. But I'm just, looking at this post, I'm a bit sort of concerned a bit because, stuffing yourself constantly to the brim of food, that in itself is not necessarily healthy because you can give yourself eating disorders and things like doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like
it's one of those things that
bulimia. That's the one.
Where you can just eat and then you sick it all out, don't you?
Yeah.
Vomit it all out. Sorry, that was the more technical term.
Indeed. Yeah. So I'd say to kind of the OP here, maybe you need to think about perhaps, I don't know, inquiring about seeing like medical opinion or perhaps like a nutritionist.
Medical advice
is
always the best thing to recommend for things like that.
Somebody who can
go and see a doctor,
help
a
you
nutritionist, dietitian. Yeah,
indeed. Well, there we go. So that's our advice on that one. I'd say your life kind of sucks, yes, on that one, but there are things I think that you should do if you haven't tried them already. So I think over to you then, Phil.
Righty-ho, so we can move on to ironic. Today, I overheard my Caucasian mother on the phone lamenting to a friend that her future grandchildren won't look American. Any future grandchildren of hers would be half Nakota native.
Ooh, okay, yeah, I think you need to, at the very least, maybe have a word with your mother here, because that's a little bit, prejudiced, I'm going to say, by the sound of it.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like, unfortunately, she'd be living in the period of time when it was okay to be speaking like this.
Yes. No. Basically, she's saying if they're not white, that means they're not going to look American, which is ironic considering that that final sentence of the thing says they would look half Lakota native. In other words, they would look half sort of indigenous American, the original natives of America. Yeah.
This is the thing that grandparents need to understand, that in today's society you can't be acting like this. Like my granddad, he sometimes does have moments where it comes out with things that could be construed as a bit racist.
Indeed.
And things like that. You just can't be like that in this day and age.
It's also that thing like as well, this idea that I think some people have, we tend to associate it with kind of people of older generations, but to be honest, it kind of, from news stories and things I've read, it's not always just people of older generations necessarily who do this, but that kind of idea of associating a certain skin colour with a certain nationality. So like, if you're white, you're American, and that anyone who's not white is not American. It's just like it's really racist, okay? To say things like that.
You can't be saying like that. There are people who do say that. There's not just the elderly people
skin
as well.
Has nothing to do with nationality, so that's something just important to put out there. But yeah, definitely, I'd agree. Your life sucks on this one.
Yeah,
Indeed.
And maybe you need to sit down and have a word with your mother.
Yes, about that, indeed.
Talk to it with them. Okay, next one, Andrew.
Okay, on to me. Narcolepsy, boredom, ? Today I was fired for falling asleep at work. I'm still not sure how I fell asleep, seeing as I'm a stocker and I was actively putting cans on the shelf when it happened. That's a bit concerning, yeah.
That is quite concerning. It might be that you might have a form of narcolepsy.
Indeed.
And if that's the case, then you probably need to go to the doctor and have a word. And if they find something, then you need to go back to your office and say, you can't fire me for this. I've got an actual medical condition for this, and you can try and overturn it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, even like for your boss or whoever to just fire you like that, I mean, surely if you'd like been actively stacking cans on a shelf when it happened, surely like when they found you asleep, would there not be like cans and things scattered on the floor? Would they not be concerned maybe that there was a medical reason, something wrong here? If you fell asleep just because you wanted to fall asleep, then you'd probably just put the cans to the side of you or back on the shelf and then just went down. But it says, apparently the OP is not sure how they fell asleep, which suggests to me that it came on suddenly, maybe, and unexpectedly.
Yeah, which is a form of narcolepsy.
Yeah, exactly.
Symptoms, I say, not a form, a symptom of narcolepsy.
Indeed.
So
I was reading actually.
That's a bit forward for the boss to fire you straight away.
Indeed. It's just actually, funny thing is, I was actually just reading a news story earlier about a couple, a guy in a relationship who has narcolepsy, and his girlfriend or wife, whoever it is, has to like leave him notes in the morning telling him who he is, because it's like sometimes when he wakes up, he has like really vivid dreams of things that have happened earlier in his life, and when he wakes up, it's like he can't, for a moment, he has like short-term memory loss and can't
bit of
remember
amnesia.
things. Yeah, it's really weird.
Interesting.
And he has like a form of narcolepsy, and it's like, it's more than just kind of the falling asleep aspect. There are other symptoms and aspects to it which can be very problematic in life. Like, for example, in that instance, forms of kind of short-term memory loss, like when you wake up in the morning and, you've had like very vivid dreams, and for a moment you can't kind of remember who you are or where you are or anything like that. So it's
that's quite severe. That I didn't know there was an article like that.
Yeah, it can happen. I guess it's not necessarily exactly the same for all sufferers, but that is one possibility that can occur.
Sufferers will have different things.
Yeah, indeed. So I'd say, your life sucks on that one, OP. Get to a doctor.
Get a medical. Try and go to a doctor. See what the doctor says, and then you'll have to go. If it turns out you do have some medical issue, then you'll have to go for unfair dismissal.
Indeed, yes, absolutely. Okay, on to the next one then, I guess.
Oh, elephant. Okay.
Right.
Today, I farted in my office, assuming nobody would come in until the smoke cleared. The new girl then came in to introduce herself. She had her hands on her nose the whole time, while we both awkwardly tried to ignore the stank elephant in the room.
Ooh.
That's a funny
Oh
one.
dear, yes. That is unfortunate. That she happened to come in not long after you did that. Well, that is why, if you need to let one rip, try and make sure there's an open window somewhere,
Yes,
so it
the smell
ventilates quick.
outside.
Yes.
But as they say, as their famous quote from Shrek, better out than in.
Yes, indeed. I can actually just picture the moment he actually says that. Man, I haven't seen the Shrek movies actually in years.
No, that was the one where
picture them.
I think he was meeting his
was it the one in the
Beyonce's
second
mum
one?
and dad for the first time.
Yeah, the in-laws.
And he did a massive burp.
Indeed.
And he was like, better out than in.
Yeah, that's the one. Well, there you go. That's unfortunate for you, OP. I don't know. Maybe...
Oh, these awkward scenarios happen.
Yeah.
I'm afraid this is what FML is mostly about: awkward scenarios and things like that. But she would have had some fun. She came in thinking, "Okay, now what a stench! You dirty little bitch."
Yes, indeed. Well, we're all human. It all happens sometimes, but maybe chalk it down, and maybe, who knows? Maybe several weeks from now it'll be the sort of thing that the two of you just laugh about. So
yeah, something to talk, as they say, at the water cooler.
At the water cooler, yes, indeed.
Okie dokie.
Don't know what that voice was, but there we go. All right, it's my turn, isn't it, for the next
On
one?
to the next. It is.
Gross nude. Today I had to beg my boyfriend to get him to take a shower and brush his teeth. This is a basic weekly argument. Ooh,
What?
okay. Yeah. Okay.
A bit of a smelly person then.
Indeed. Yes. I mean, brushing your teeth. God, that's something you really should be doing every day, to be honest. But man, ugh.
Well, twice a day, ideally.
Twice a day, yeah.
Yeah, usually you just do it once in the morning and once in the evening.
True, yeah.
Because if you don't brush your teeth very well, they'll start rotting and falling out, and then you'll have to invest in things like false teeth and everything
Or at the
like that.
very least, you'll have very bad breath, which won't be very nice
halitosis.
either. Halitosis. You see, we know all the scientific terms, don't we, Phil?
We're good with the scientific term. And taking a shower, absolutely. You need to make sure you get properly cleaned, or have a bath.
Have a bath, yeah. Soak up in the tub. Indeed.
If you want to do that. I'm not really a bath person, so I'm more of a shower person.
I'm a shower person, yeah.
Yeah, we're both shower people. But you need to got to keep your teeth clean, because otherwise you're going to have major issues. And what happens when it's time to go and visit the dentist?
Yeah, that wouldn't be very nice, would it?
Open your mouth. Oh, I hate going to the dentist. They always find something wrong.
Yeah.
There's always and they start spouting those weird numbers at you. Upper left 54.
That's right.
9, 6, 59, and you're like, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah. What's going on here? It's like number wang, or something like that.
Oh God, number wang. Yeah.
Remember that?
John Webb. That's number one. Yeah.
That's number one.
Hey.
There we go.
Oh, have I told you the story actually? Of my, I had a dentist who was, well, his advice was so idiotic.
Right.
He sat me in the chair and he started looking at my teeth and he goes, "Do you eat biscuits?"
Right.
And I was like, "Yeah, everyone." I was like, "Yeah, I like having a biscuit." "You shouldn't. It's very childish."
Oh.
I'm like, "Sorry,
Okay.
what?"
Right. That's
Then he's saying, "I think you'll find there's loads of adults who eat biscuits."
Yeah.
Saying it's very childish.
Oh, that's a bit fucking...
Loads of adults eat biscuits.
Fuck you too, dentist.
I know, so I left after that. I was not having any more with that dentist.
Yeah.
It's childish. No, it's bloody well not. I feel sorry for his children.
I know, what? Wow.
Loads of adults eat biscuits. You can see people having a digestive or a rich tea or something like that.
It's just a strange
on
thing
about?
to say to someone, that is.
I know.
Especially to a stranger. What? Calling them childish just because they eat biscuits. Well, okay, whatever. Yeah, I can see.
It's not childish. Loads of people
Yeah.
eat biscuits.
I can see why you didn't go back to that dentist.
I know. I don't know why he said that.
Yeah.
I get that some biscuits can have a bit of sugar in
Yeah,
them,
but not all
but
necessarily.
it's good to sometimes have a
It's
biscuit
not like
or
you're
two.
pigging them down one after the other, so what's the problem? Unless secretly you were, but no, I don't think you were.
It's a bit bizarre advice. Are you sure you're a dentist?
Indeed. Yeah.
What I find annoying as well is the fact that there's some people out there who call dentists failed doctors. I'll give it a rest.
Oh man, that's something which I think a lot of people say is a kind of joke, just to troll dentists.
No,
But
dentists, you need a lot of experience to become a
Yeah.
dentist.
it's funny though, I always kind of wondered because obviously, like dentists who I've encountered, you don't address them as doctors, but it's still like a medical field. So why are they not technically called doctors? 'Cause,
Yeah, that's the thing.
why
Well,
is
they're doctor
that?
teeth, aren't they?
Yeah, it's funny. I guess there's probably like a real technical reason for it, but yeah, it's, because whenever I go to a dentist, it's always Mr. or Mrs. so and so.
Yeah, it
so
is,
so. It's
isn't it?
never
It is.
Doctor so and so, which is I don't
God,
know
why on
that
earth would
is.
you want to? Why on earth would you want to give yourself the title of doctor, eh?
I know.
I
why
wonder
would
why
you, eh?
you do something as stupid as that.
I know. Definitely aren't any PhD holders in this video. Don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen.
None of them.
None
None of that
at all.
shite.
No, none of that shit at all. Good lord.
Okay.
All right,
Right,
over to
Andrew,
you.
on to the next one. Oh, that's me in the next one, and
Yep.
we're doing a catch-22. Okay, today I was at a friend's house. She left the room for a few minutes. Her dad then put me in a headlock and told me that I'd better treat his daughter right if I ever wanted to walk again, because she's in love with me. I'm a gay guy, and she knows.
Wow. Okay, Dad. Need to dial it back a bit.
Calm down.
I
Calm
know.
down. Realise that, he's not going to get with her because he's gay.
But on top of that, like, I mean, when he says, if like getting you in a headlock and then like saying that, I mean, is this some kind of like really weird joke, or or is that actually, could that constitute like straight up assault or something like that? Because you're getting someone in a headlock and then threatening them. I feel like if that wasn't intended as a joke, and I mean, even if it was intended as a joke, it's still pretty weird to do that to some random
Absolutely,
guy
you
who
should
may
do
not
that.
understand your
Because
humour.
he
Yeah.
thinks that she's in love with him.
Yeah.
No, she knows that he's gay,
Indeed.
and that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So
I think your life sucks on that one. Either at the very least, I think you need to tell the daughter, and the daughter then needs to sit Dad down and just have a word with him
Yeah, it's
about
a
how
bit-
that's not
weird,
acceptable.
isn't it?
Yeah,
plus it's sort of complete strangers. You shouldn't be putting strangers into
Yeah.
headlocks.
that's why I just say
Yeah.
like
Assault. Yeah.
Yeah, assault or something like that. I feel like there's something there which could get you into get the dad into legal trouble.
100%.
Indeed. So just putting that out there. That unless you've known the dad for so long and you know his style of humour, it was not exactly like a. It wasn't exactly a aggressive headline. I don't know. I'm trying to.
Yeah, it
sort
might
of-
have been joke. If it was joking,
Yeah.
that's fine. But
Yeah. Who knows? Indeed. Okay.
the Andrew, next one.
Batshit Phil by Fuck Your Indoctrination. What a username that is. Today, my cousin died of a very treatable illness. She was pressured into herbal and holistic faith healing instead of seeking poisonous Western filth. Her husband, church, and family all seem to think she made the right choice. I've been shunned for disagreeing. Ooh. yeah, so your life sucks on that one.
Why do people? I'm not sure why people believe in all this faith healing and things like using herbal products and things like this. They're not scientifically proven to work.
Yeah, I'm wondering also like what kind of cultural background is this person from? Because it just seems a funny statement to for the family to call it like poisonous Western filth and things like this. It just seems a bit odd. I mean, it says United States in terms of where the person's from, but it might be from like a very kind of, I don't know, strictly religious or different kind of cultural background. I'm not sure, but that is very bad. That is actually. I agree.
That's really
Life
bad
real sucks.
They could have been. They might have been able to be. Yeah, like I said, they might have been able to be treated. Because it's a treatable illness, they could have been treated, and they didn't decide to because they think it's poisonous Western filth. Yeah, that's disgusting behaviour.
I know, it is really. Yeah, I feel like. I mean, I don't know if necessarily you could kind of take any sort of legal action in this regard, but I feel like maybe that's a set of people perhaps you really should seriously think about potentially moving away from. I don't know if you really feel that. I don't know if just in case you really feel like maybe that's not the community for you.
Yeah, that's wow, that's Indeed. Pretty horrendous. That. Sorry to hear that. Absolutely.
Yeah, very sorry to hear about that loss. That is a really sucky situation. That is extremely. Okay.
Parent-Sanctioned Violence. Yeah, from the UK. Okay. Today, my daughter informed me that in order to train the dumb out of her brother, she's going to slap him whenever he says or does something dumb. She's slapped him 8 times already, and unfortunately, each slap was justified. My boy is as dumb as a box of rocks. Hope the slapping helps.
I mean, this is all like corporal punishment, and I'm not sure, what's he doing that's so dumb that warrants a slap. I'm kind of curious here. I feel like I need more information. Because I feel like, corporal punishment and all that, is that really necessary? I'm like, that's just my kind of initial inclination on that one.
And she keeps having a go at her brother, and the parent is fine with it.
Just seems a bit weird.
Really doing that. Yeah, absolutely.
Indeed.
Hey, also, how rude, how dare you say a box of rocks is dumb? I know many box of rocks, and some of them are very smart. I mean, one of them I even had a chat to, and they took on Einstein's theory of relativity.
Yeah, I know. I had a chat with a box of rocks the other day. Friggin' had a right good chinwag about, Enlightenment era philosophy and all that.
Exactly.
Pretty good, yes.
That's what you want, talking about philosophy and everything.
Indeed. Granite had a lot to say about it, let's just say.
But, yeah, it shouldn't be going around slapping people.
No, shouldn't do that. I mean, as soon as I read it, I can see, I think, why a lot of people have clicked the YDI on that one, because it just seems a bit weird. Absolutely. It's a weird one, that. Yeah.
Very weird one.
Yeah. Okay. Right, my turn, isn't it? This is the next one. Stuck. Today, my friend informed me that I'm not moving in with him anymore, that his sister is taking my place. Unfortunately, I'd finally gathered the money and a car to move out of state with him. Just when I thought I was going to get away from this hellhole, I'm sinking further into never leaving.
Well, that's a bit annoying.
That is annoying.
He was sort of promising you that you'd go out together, but now he doesn't want to go with you, and he's going to take his sister as well.
Yeah, that's I feel like maybe your friend could have informed you about this sooner, perhaps. Because unless, I don't know. I mean, obviously we probably don't know the full picture on this one in terms of what's going on, but that's just my immediate thought there. But, don't worry, OP, I'm sure at some point, I mean, if you've gathered a load of money and you've got a car...
Yeah, I mean, you can go yourself if you feel like it.
I know, I feel like, it might not be much longer. Yeah. You might just have to wait a little bit further, but... eventually you will, I assume, kind of move out, and you'll sort of get plenty of independence, and it'll be
get where you want to be. Absolutely. I've noticed they haven't put their location on this. I wonder if they're trying to keep it a secret. Just don't want to explain where they are.
Indeed. Yeah. So your life sucks. I'll say that on this one, just based on what we've got on that page. There we are.
Okay. The next one is okay, Shaggy. Today, I was pumping gas at a gas station, or should we say petrol at a petrol station. An attractive woman walked by, and the guy pumping gas behind me did a whistle or a catcall to her. She then looked at me and gave me a disgusted look. I didn't even try to hit on a girl and still got rejected.
Oh dear, that's unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate.
Yeah, she mistook you for the person who was actually catcalling her. Yeah,
It's annoying when guys do that to women.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I just think, it's like, thing is, it's just so many people and women on the street, they don't want to be subject to that. So it's
they don't want the wolf whistles and things.
No.
It's like mostly the stereotypical thing is the builders, isn't it?
It is.
Building, and then attractive girl walks past and they start doing the wolf whistles and everything. They don't want that. They're not interested in that.
Yeah, it's like they always kind of like defence that people who do that always present is that thing of, well, I'm just trying to be complimentary. It's like, yeah, but it doesn't matter, And whilst I'm sure some people out there would find it complimentary, in that moment you don't know whether that person walking down below is one of them. So don't bother doing it, because you'll just, you might well just end up putting someone in an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, most of the time they don't like it.
Yeah, just use a bit of courtesy. It's like it's not that difficult to work that out. But yeah, so sorry to OP. That's unfortunate, but
okay.
So yeah, your life sucks on that one. There you go.
Lovely.
My turn, isn't it? Wake up bark. Today, my mum taught her dog not to jump onto her bed without asking. The dog figured that barking would be a good way to ask and mostly feels the need to do that around 4 a.m. My room is right next to my mum's and I already have trouble sleeping.
Oh, dogs. Oh, dogs. They're funny old creatures, aren't they? Man's best friend and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I think your life sucks on that one. I feel like your mum maybe...
Mum? Why are you doing it? Why are you saying mum?
Mom. Well, it's I was actually about to say it looks like an American post. Actually, no, it's not. It's going to the location. It's actually Germany. This one.
Ebersbach.
Ebersbach. There we are. So, what was I going to say? I was going to say something about the mum, but it's actually just gone out of my head completely as I got distracted by the fact it's German. I was thinking, saying something like, "Mum, why don't you just train it not to go on the bed at all, maybe, instead of getting it to."
What's the dog doing awake at 4 a.m?
Well, it's how
animals,
animals, man.
Sleep as well.
Animals, they're a funny lot. Suddenly deciding, at 6 a.m. that they want to go for walkies or whatever.
Oh God, yeah, yeah. That's the thing about dogs. They always this is why I feel it's better to have a cat as a pet. Because you don't have to take them on walks all the time. They're fine with doing their own thing. As well. Cats.
Indeed.
So they love doing that. This is strange. I've got an advert here for a wood-fired pizza oven.
Really? Wow.
Oh God! Only who knows how much that will be.
Yeah.
Also, you know what it's called? This is a bit.
Called?
This is what's the word? Not very politically correct. It's called the wood-fired pizza oven. Vitcast Pompeii 120.
Pompeii.
Oh dear.
Oh dearie me. Yes. Oh, those poor Romans. Too soon, man.
Yeah.
Oh dearie me.
For those who are going, I'm not quite sure I get the reference. Hopefully, you know your history. But in 79 AD, that was when Pompeii was completely annihilated by Mount Vesuvius.
Yeah.
And you can go there today and you can actually see the people covered in ash. It's really quite
spooky.
Spooky. But it wasn't just Pompeii. There was another town called Herculaneum as well that was nearby that also got covered by Vesuvius. But it's quite a freaky moment.
It's macabre is what I think it is, because obviously, like Phil says, because obviously so many people were still in the town at the time. You go around the time, you see like where the kind of like ash and volcanic detritus obviously is like covered all the people, and then it's like solidified around them, so it's effectively made like casts of their bodies.
Casts of their body, yeah. It's really, it's like
the bodies themselves are actually gone, but they long rotted away, but it's just like the actual cast of volcanic material around the bodies, and it's like these, you literally are looking at basically what a lot of these people were doing at the exact moment they died, and it's just it's really macabre.
Really, it's part of a thing called dark tourism.
Yes.
We go and visit these things. Like another one is Auschwitz. Another one is going to see Chernobyl. Dark tourism. Yeah.
Pripyat, places like that.
Woof woof woof. That's it for that one.
Yeah.
On their wake up. Okay. So move on to the next one, which is it me?
Yeah, I think it's you.
It is. Some friend. Today I got fired. Oh dear, I got another fired one. I got fired from my job after I wouldn't lend my friend $1,000. How? She retaliated by taking time out of her hands to compile screenshots of all my Facebook posts about talking shit about my boss and co-workers and then emailing them to our corporate email.
Okay, so I'm actually in two minds about this one.
Yes, I can see which 2 minds you're in.
Yeah, so
but
on
I'm
the
in
one
about
hand,
5 minds.
Yeah, 5 minds. So yeah, on the one hand, your life sucks that your friend did that, and at the end of the day, I asked for $1,000. I know, it's crazy, but at the same time, social media and all that, you always got to be real careful what you're posting on there.
You just
yes, you shouldn't really, put stuff on there which friends and things can see, especially if you're shit talking about people at your work. You shouldn't. That's the thing. It's like you just got to emphasise to people time and time again. If it's something that you wouldn't want certain people seeing, do not put it on social media.
Any social media whatsoever. Yeah. If you've got an issue at work, you maybe need to go and bring it up with at work. Go and talk to people at work that you need to talk to.
Indeed, yes. So
please, to everyone out there, please, a massive PSA. Please, to all of you out there in a job, please don't post bad stuff about your workplace, your boss, your working environment, your colleagues. Please do not do it. You will not understand the trouble you're getting if it's found out.
Yes, you'll get into
so
much trouble.
Save yourself the job. Save yourself getting fired.
Indeed, yeah. So, just bear that in mind.
Especially today's climate.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want that. Yeah. So, on the one hand, first part of the thing, your life sucks, but second part, there is an element of, unfortunately, you deserved it in there, in the sense that you shouldn't have been doing that on social media. So I hope you've learned something there, OP, from that.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's me, isn't it? Oh, a spicy one now.
Oh, we've got our first spicy one. We haven't
from Plymouth, here in the UK. Hormones suck, or just hormones as the title is. Today, I'm 23 weeks pregnant and super horny. I also cried during sex with my husband because I can't orgasm. Oh dear, that's.
I know that being pregnant can affect a woman's body in all sorts of different ways.
It can. It's unfortunate there that you kind of feel that way. Yes. I mean, to be honest, I'm not exactly a medical professional on this sort of thing, so I can only really express my sympathies for you and your situation.
Being pregnant for a woman can actually make them quite horny.
Yes,
it can do that for them, as well as obviously giving them cravings for weird food.
Yeah, it's like hormones and mood swings and things like that that can just accompany it, because as you know, your body's going through quite a lot of changes and alterations as the fetus develops.
Exactly, that's what's going on. A funny thing with regards to my mum when she was pregnant with me was the fact that she always craved spaghetti bolognese, and basically
it's funny, isn't it?
She cooked spaghetti bolognese every single night.
Wow.
And my dad was just getting tired. He was having it, and he said to my mum one night, "Is it possible we could have something different tomorrow than spaghetti bolognese?" And so the next night, she cooked something different. I think she cooked like a roast dinner. Yeah. And he was loving that. And then it was back to spaghetti bolognese for that.
Yeah. Oh, dearie me. It's just weird, isn't it? How, you get sort of cravings for certain things. Wonder why that kind of is. I guess there's probably like a scientific explanation to do with, like, maybe like because it's a comfort food or something. But
the funny thing is when you hear about the funny combinations, like someone might have a woman might have like a peanut butter and jam sandwich with broccoli in it.
That's a weird one. Yep. Yeah. Indeed.
Put like broccoli, or have broccoli where broccoli shouldn't go.
Yeah.
Have it in ice cream, and you're like, oh, okay.
Okay. Weird. Yeah, I think your life sucks on that one, OP.
Yeah.
But not much more to say on that one. Over to you then, Phil.
Yes, okay. Alexa, play Dream Baby Dream by Suicide. Good job I don't have an Alexa here, because can you imagine if that went off now?
Yes.
Today, I awoke from a bizarre dream where I, a man, was pregnant. If that wasn't weird enough, when I gave birth, it was a pug puppy.
I mean,
wow,
dreams.
What a dream.
Dreams, man. Yeah. They're always weird, okay? There's all kinds of crazy ones. Do you ever...
Oh, well, maybe you did become pregnant. Are you a seahorse?
A seahorse?
If you're a seahorse, male seahorses are the ones that have the babies.
I always sometimes like to keep a bit of a record of dreams that I've had. I have like a Microsoft Word document, and if I can remember most of what happened in a dream I had, I try and actually write it down. No, it's just it's funny because some of my dreams are really kind of surreal sometimes and a bit weird with some of the stuff that happens in them. I actually noticed, when I looked back on my little dream, I call it like a dream diary almost.
Yeah, dream diary. That is what people do call it.
I looked over it not too long ago, and it's fascinating actually how many things that crop up in my dreams which clearly have connection to things like video games or media that I've consumed in recent times. It's funny because I've had all kinds of crazy dreams with like video game themed stuff happening in them.
Well, we play a lot of video games.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
But it's just interesting as well because, like I say, some of my dreams are quite weird and sort of like weird things happening in them. So it's just good to actually write them down. I think it's like it can be good for your memory as well sometimes because obviously dreams you tend to forget them so quickly. So if you can like make a note of them somewhere, so then it just helps you kind of memorize them a bit and just like being able to kind of recall certain things that happened in them. So yeah, I just find it quite fascinating.
Say with some things, with regards to some things that you eat, they can alter your dreams and do things like that.
Indeed.
And change things
Too
around.
Much cheese.
Yeah. No, the cheese one is a myth.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to give you nightmares, is cheese, if you eat it before you go to bed. But no, that's a myth. That one.
It's a myth.
But there are certain foods that can do that. I can't remember which ones. There was like an article about it, but this one's a peculiar one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, dreams, man. What can we say?
Dreams. Okie dokie.
Yeah. Okay. It's
you.
Me, yes, loud and clear. Today I found out that my husband wants to leave me. I got the message loud and clear when his girlfriend forwarded me screenshots of all their texts. So he's cheating
that's a horrible
on you.
way to find out.
Yes,
that's
indeed.
An awful way to find out.
Your life sucks on that one.
Really sorry for you. Yeah,
really sorry for you indeed. But as time goes on,
why do people do this?
You'll realise. I think you very much dodged a bullet on that one because you don't want to spend more time with him than necessary.
But the fact that it's husband as well.
I know, that's even worse.
You've been married, yeah. That's oh god, I feel sorry. Why do people feel the need to cheat?
Indeed.
If you feel you're not getting on with your significant other you at the moment, maybe you should, if it's marriage, you think about going for a divorce. I know they can be expensive. Or with other things, just think it's not working out. We're going to have to leave it. Or sometimes give yourself a break. If you give yourself a break of a few months, you might come back and realise that actually, you want to get back together again.
Yes, indeed. But it's unfortunate, obviously, when marriages break down. But there's no kind of need to kind of go behind people's backs. You just got to be, honest and straightforward, and just try and get through it in a mature fashion as best as you can. So yeah,
I will say now as well. Probably don't take too much advice from me because I'm a bit of a sad act, to be honest. I'm 29 years old and I've never had a relationship, never had a girlfriend, never had anything, which does depress me a little bit. And I'm looking to sort myself out on that front.
Get yourself on dating sites or something. Yeah. It'll be good. Yeah,
get a few pictures taken and then throw myself on the sites.
I mean, things like I wouldn't say I've ever had like a serious proper like relationship or anything like that. I mean, I've had kind of moments like flirting with flirting with girls, but I myself wouldn't say I've ever had like a proper serious relationship. So
Oh, have you? Have you actually had some flirtatious moments?
I've had flirtatious moments, and like stuff that was very short term, but nothing ever particularly long or anything like that. Nothing big, but I've never really kind of talked about it. But I mean, it was a long time ago, to be honest. It was when I was kind of a bit younger. Indeed. So your life sucks on that one. Definitely. Okay. Yeah. On to the next one,
which has the same title as one we saw earlier. Stuck again.
Yeah.
But the last one was about them wanting to move out with a friend and go somewhere. This time it's my grandma and a neighbour compared their sports bras in front of me.
Oh God, Jesus! Wow.
Oh, your grandma.
You're going to need some eye bleach after that one.
That is, yeah. Dearie me. Is the neighbour quite elderly as well?
Yeah, I'm assuming so, perhaps, but we don't know. So yeah, that's. unfortunate, but just have to look away and try not to think too
Run.
much about it.
Yeah,
Run.
run into your room. Yeah,
Yes.
run far away for that one.
Oh, dearie me. Well, there we have. Yep, your life sucks on that one. I think
That
there's
sucks.
not much else to say there.
Yeah, it's quite a short one, that one.
Yeah. Next one, Shiny Shiny. Today my 8-year-old daughter came home from school saying she had gotten engaged and was wearing a ring. It looked real. Later that night I got a call saying that their son had given my daughter his grandma's engagement ring. My daughter actually said no to the engagement but still took the ring.
She's going to run off. She's going to go to a pawn shop and sell it.
Yes.
There you go. A nice
dear.
$2,000 there.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
That's unfortunate.
It's just 8-year-olds being 8-year-olds.
Yes.
It's a bit, when you're that sort of age, you do funny and strange things like this.
Yeah. You need to just sit her down and have a word and say, don't take rings like that because, technically what you're doing is stealing something which isn't really yours.
Teach them how not to break the law.
Indeed. Yeah, your life sucks on that one.
I have.
Talk to your daughter.
Otherwise, they'll shiny, like a little magpie. Yeah.
Indeed.
Magpies certainly love their shiny things, don't they?
Is it particularly telling about me that as soon as I saw the word shiny, I thought of Pokemon for some reason? Because you get shiny Pokemons, I think.
You do.
Yeah.
Which is weird because you
I'm
don't
not
really
a
know
Pokemon
much
player.
about Pokemon.
I don't know a lot about it, but for some reason I just know that, which is really weird. But,
yeah, shiny Pokemon are ridiculously difficult to get. There's like a very slim chance of actually finding them. And there's loads of YouTubers out there who do shiny hunting in the games. Try and get the special shiny Pokemon. They are really difficult. But what is annoying is that some shiny Pokemon are completely different from their original, which is good, but some have hardly any differences at all. And it can be quite annoying. It's like, what you're looking at here.
I think probably where I've picked that up is possibly from watching a couple of videos by RT Game where he's doing Pokemon Sword and Shield. I think he was like shiny hunting for like shiny Wooloo or something.
Wooloo, yeah.
The sheep one, yeah. Yes.
How come you done that all of a sudden? What you did?
Admittedly, it was a while ago. It was just random. I just clicked onto him just out of curiosity and just watched him. But yeah, that's all I really remember from it. But there you go.
Bit of Pokemon. Okay.
Hey, is it you? I think
Me,
it's you.
yes.
Yeah.
And we've got a Spicy, which is called Classic. Today, I paid my long-distance boyfriend of 4 years a surprise visit. I entered his house and he got irrationally angry, asking why I didn't tell him beforehand. Moments later, a female voice yelled, "Babe, come back to bed, lass."
That's an interesting voice. Yeah, another cheating partner.
Another cheating one, yes.
Oh dear. Yeah, your life sucks on that one. You'd done that guy's ass.
And 4 years as well.
And long distance as well. You came to give him a surprise. And
little did you know you're getting the surprise.
Yeah, little did you know. Yeah, the surprise was for you, not for him. Oh dear, that is very, very unfortunate that you had to find out that way.
Why do people cheat?
I know. It's just, I think because often they think they can get away with it. But
that's the thing, they think get away with it. Cheating's no good, whether it's with a person or whether it's on a test.
Indeed.
Don't ever cheat, because as the cliched saying goes, cheaters never prosper.
Indeed, yes. Oh boy. I mean, yeah, your life sucks. Not much else to say.
The only time it's acceptable to be a cheater is if you are the animal itself.
Yeah, if you're a cheetah, yes. You can run 40 miles an hour or whatever it is.
Oh god, I know. Cheetahs are very speedy creatures, aren't they?
Yes. Also very famous for cheating on school tests, but hence their name, Cheetah.
Hey, cheetah.
Yeah. Yes, sorry, I'm being a little bit prejudiced against cheaters.
Poor cheaters.
Indeed. Alright, on to the next one. Another spicy one.
Wow.
Sex work is real work. Today I decided to get back into exercising and healthy eating. Why? So I can hopefully look good enough to do porn and make some money.
Right.
Okay.
Well, that's an interesting way to do things.
Right.
But I mean, if you wanted to go into porn, you do know there is a fetish for overweight and fat people.
Yes.
That is a thing as well.
It is a thing.
There's all sorts of different categories.
I mean,
there's loads of categories.
You know what? I'm not going to judge. At the end of the day, it's your choice what you do with your life, OP. So, okay, I guess.
To get into that,
right.
Let's go and do some porn.
Yeah, I mean,
go and get some money.
However you do it, just make sure keep an eye on your own sort of health and well-being and your own rights there.
Absolutely, yeah. Just
make sure you're not being exploited.
Absolutely, yeah. Did you know that a funny thing is that straight men actually some of them actually go into gay porn.
Yeah.
The reason being is because apparently gay porn actually pays a lot better than normal than straight porn.
Yeah, I imagine probably because the majority of porn is probably aimed at like a straight audience. Yeah, and it's probably actually comparatively not much for people who are kind of more same-sex, inclined to same-sex porn, things like that. So, yeah, I can actually, now you say that, yeah, I can sort of see why that would be the case.
Also, you're able to go into porn, but exercise and healthy eating, good lifestyle to have as well.
Indeed.
The same.
Yes. Even if it is ultimately so that you look good during your porn.
Yeah, I want to do that. You take that burger, throw it in the bin, and pull out a nice stick of celery.
Oh, yes. Get that stick of celery out. There we are. So, I guess your life sucks on that one.
Well, you'll have fun at the same time.
Okay, on to the next one then.
On to the next one. So, this is Butterfingers, which I think is also a chocolate bar in the US.
Isn't it? I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so today I gave myself burns on my inner thigh by dropping my curling iron. Instead of a cute date at a restaurant, I had a date with the doctors in the emergency room.
Oof, ow. Yep, your life sucks on that one. Notice actually OP did post a follow-up on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Using a brand new curling iron with changeable barrels. Barrel wasn't snapped in place completely. So the barrel fell off onto your leg. Because it fell off hand, I couldn't pick it up, so I had to swat it. Oof. And it was about 450 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that is hot, yeah. I mean, I don't really know the exact conversion,
I'm about to do a Google
search,
because unfortunately we don't use Fahrenheit here. So 450
I know it's
Fahrenheit.
still pretty hot, though, yeah. Man, because that's the thing with like hair curling irons, they do get real fucking hot.
That is 232 degrees Celsius.
Oof, yeah. It was in the... It actually reminds me, there was like a viral video quite a while back. It's like a 13-year-old girl doing... girl even.
13-year-old girl.
Yeah, a 13-year-old girl, or however old she was at the time, who was doing like a YouTube video, like tutorial how to use the hair curling iron, but she actually left it on her hair just slightly too long and it like burnt a lock of her hair
off.
Yes,
I think I've seen that.
Yeah. Those things are hot.
They can be very, very hot.
You don't want to keep them on your hair for very long. Just a quick second is usually enough. So
you had to go to the ER. Well, I'm sure your date would have understood.
Yeah,
because these things happen, these accidents.
Yes.
But I can just imagine what you've been saying. I can't come to the restaurant. I'm so sorry. I'm in the ER.
Yeah.
What?
Oh boy. Oh man. So yeah, your life sucks on that one.
He may come and see you as well.
Just be a bit more careful next time. Oh yeah, maybe your date did do that. Who knows? Then you'd know that they're serious about the relationship.
Yeah, which would be a nice thing for you.
Indeed. On to the next one then. To me, isn't it?
Yes.
Cujo, but for cats. Today, my cat was incessantly meowing, trying to get me to wake up and feed him. Because it was 6 a.m. and I'd hardly slept at all last night, my brain decided that the best solution to get him to shut up would be to hug him. The result was a normally docile and lazy cat giving me a nasty scratch next to my left eye. Ooh, that's
nasty.
Unfortunate.
Nasty.
Guess you were in just a sleep-deprived mode, and you weren't thinking straight.
There was actually a Twitch streamer who was doing it, and she had a cat, and the cat went on her shoulder, and I think she accidentally touched her cat and just shouldn't have done it, and the cat swiped at her eye. Oof. And her eye started bleeding. But luckily she managed to sort it out. But yeah, you've got to be careful with cats because they do have very sharp claws.
They do, yes. Yeah, and it's the thing as well, like, just be careful when they're near your face, because that's, I think, a lot of animals have that instinct when they're trying to protect themselves, like, they go for the eyes. So, yeah, just bear that in mind.
This is why I'm a bit worried, because I have said a few times I would like to have a cat as a pet, but I'm worried that it might go to, like, bash my PlayStation 4 in or something, or go to the TV and hit it,
Indeed. Guess it really depends on the cat in question. Things like that, but it's cats. They do always have that bit of a reputation for sometimes being a bit asshole-ish, but
they can do that.
Yeah, your life sucks on that one, OP. That's unfortunate. Okay,
right.
Over to you.
A late bloomer. Today I'm nearly 30 years old, and not only am I still a virgin, I've never even had my first kiss.
Well,
this hits a bit close to home.
well,
I think for both of us here.
yeah. I mean, we've not. I mean, I've not had a relationship for a long ass time, even just a short one. But here's the thing, right? I think a lot of people, I think, get worried about what other people will think about them if they say, I've never kind of had a relationship or anything like that. And I mean, and possibly my opinion to that is like, who gives a shit what other people think? At the end of the day, it's not, you're not any less of a human being or anything like that.
No, well, there's not that.
There's nothing kind of shameful about that. And some people don't actually have relationships or proper, serious relationships until later in life. And, there's plenty of people who are like that. So, if someone is seriously judging you for that kind of thing, then, tell them to go stuff it,
Also, can I just say, Isaac Newton?
Yes.
He was a virgin. And,
Indeed.
yeah, look at what he did.
Yeah.
Let's just not forget that.
Indeed, yes. But, like I say, there's no kind of shame in that. And I think, the sooner, I think, kind of popular culture and society kind of gets over this thing about if you're, a virgin when you're really old, you're somehow kind of, less of a person or whatever. I think the sooner it gets over that and stops kind of thinking in those terms, probably the better, because there's nothing actually wrong with that. It's just some people, like say, it takes time, and it'll happen, I'm sure, eventually for you.
It will. So, Anonymous, why don't we work together on this? We'll, go and get on some dating sites and find the right person that we want, whether you like women, men, or whichever.
Yeah, indeed. Trees or
both.
Absolutely. Yes. It's me, isn't it? I think.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. You mug. Well, that's very nice of you. Title. Today it should have been my day off from work because I did a lot of night shifts. At 6 a.m, my boss called and told me that my day off was cancelled because a co-worker is ill. Now I'm sitting here on a night shift with a pinched nerve in my shoulder and a lot of pain just because I stretched. Ooh, yes.
Oh, so it seems like you've done quite a few. He's from Stuttgart. Wow.
Yes, indeed. That's unfortunate that you had to go in to cover for someone else, and particularly since it's a night shift as well. That's unfortunate.
I can't really do night shift. I mean, it messes around with your body clock. I know eventually you'll get used to it. Indeed. My dad has had night shift before. I've never had a night shift, but I know it can be quite well. To start with, it'll be difficult, but obviously you'll get used to it at the time. But it's difficult especially if you've got a family or you're in a relationship with someone. It's difficult to be with them unless they're on a night shift, because when you go to bed, they're getting up, and when they're getting up to go to work and everything, you're going to bed.
Yeah, indeed. It's I can't. No, I've never actually had a job or anything where I've had to do night shifts or anything like that. But I can imagine it. Being a bit not very nice at first. Like you say, I think you would eventually get used to it. But your life sucks, OP.
Luckily, we're both in jobs that I don't think ever would require a night shift.
Mine certainly wouldn't. Indeed. All right, over to the next one then.
Right, Tears for Fears. Today I realised not only do I dream about sleeping or passing out, but that those are the best ones. Oh.
Well, that's unfortunate. But yeah, have you ever had that dreams where you're dreaming that you're trying to fall to sleep, and you're like, it feels like it feels really frustrating, but then eventually you wake up and realise, oh wait, no, I was asleep.
No, I was asleep. Yeah.
I feel like I've had one or two before in my life like that. Though I only have really vague recollections of it. But yeah, it's not nice. But just you have to handle it as best as you can, I think.
Just try and do. You know what I don't like about when you get the hypnic jerks.
Oh yeah. God, yeah.
Wow.
Body feels like it's falling and all that.
Yeah. I think that's the technical name, hypnic jerk.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can have the weird. I think Tears for Fears is actually a band as well.
All right.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't know completely because they're not really a band that I listen to.
No.
The band that I listen to is called the Phil Band.
The Phil Band.
And we play good music all the time, at all possible moments of the day.
Yes, on all radio stations.
On all radio
countries,
stations ever.
All galaxies, all universes.
That's it.
Yes.
I just got this image now of a little, like an alien on Jupiter dancing, going, yeah, oh, Phil's on again. It's like, yeah, just grooving about, just jumping up and down, like, yeah, Phil's great.
Do you know what image I had in my mind as I went through that? So, have you seen that Simpsons episode where it starts off? There's like a children's TV song singer presenter who Maggie gets really into, called Roofy. He's like his European guy, but he has like these really, obviously his songs are like written for like babies essentially, so they're like really repetitive and rhythmic. It's like 1, 2, tie your shoe, something clean
that
play.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, and then it's like
just getting head around it all.
Yeah, and then it's like, because Maggie gets so into it, Marge keeps playing it for her, and like Bart and Lisa are being driven to distraction by it because it's like on constantly, and it's like so rhythmic that it's almost like hypnotic. It just made me think of that, except it's Phil singing songs all the time, and people are gradually being hypnotised by it.
I can make people do what I want.
Do what you want, Phil. There you go. Slot machine addicts.
Next one, Andrew. Yep.
Today I'm working in hospitality. I was serving a customer when another customer came up to cash in from the pokies. I told them I'd be there in a minute and they said okay. By the time I got to them, they were complaining to my boss. Guess whose side was taken?
The customer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Customer's always right.
Indeed. I mean, I always kind of understood it that, if someone says to you, I'll be just a minute, usually what they mean is I'll just be a while, not specifically a minute. So if you're timing them exactly, you're being a bit uptight maybe. I mean, I feel like, it would be helpful in this one, perhaps if the OP had said just how long they were actually gone for, because I feel like there would come a point at which eventually it's like, okay, how long are you taking here to do this? But if it was actually just a short amount of time, then yeah, I mean, I'm on the OP side. But
people who have a go at you for taking too long. I remember your little rude customer incident you had when you worked back at the Booze Cafe. It was like, I don't care what you think, because you tried to void off everything that this woman was going.
That was like a thing. It was a guy who had a coffee, I think it was, and it was like there's a woman just in front of him who had a kid, and where I worked there was like a special deal on food from the kids section, where if you like had 5 items it would be a certain price, and as I looked over what she actually had on a tray for her kid, I said, there are only 4 items. Do you want to get a 5th one, just so it comes out to the kind of special offer price? Yeah. Well, yeah, because like in those sort of jobs, you're encouraged to upsell and push offers and things like that. But she said, okay, yeah, I'll just quickly go over and just grab something else. And so as she did that, it was the guy behind who said, should we do mine quick? And so I was like, okay, but just bear in mind the till that I'm using, you can't void all the items on it at once. You can only do one at a time. Yeah, so I tried to explain, but he got just a bit uppity with me about it. I was like, for fuck's sake. I mean, I didn't say that, obviously, but in my mind, that's what I was thinking.
You did, and you got fired. Yeah. I remember you talking about that instance. So for those of you who don't watch So You're Being Hunted, then that's what happened there.
Indeed, yeah. So, I think, tentatively, I'd say your life sucks, though I would be kind of curious to know just how long you were gone for.
As well as that, give your side as well to the boss, a bit more explaining. Yeah.
So I feel like, if you're going to be gone potentially for quite a while, you should ideally try and just say to a co-worker or something, look, there's somebody who needs serving.
Can you go and deal with them?
Yeah, indeed, because I'm a bit busy, but tentatively your life sucks. There we go. Okay. You, I think.
Overreaction much? Today, while bringing my grandmother some water, I tripped, dropping and shattering the glass. Infuriated, she explained to me that the glass was worth more than I am and ordered me out of her house for good. I lived there. I was also with her when she bought the glass. $10 for a set of 4.
Wow, fucking overreaction indeed.
That is overreaction. Why's your grandmother got like that for you?
Yeah.
I think usually you got this mental thing that your grandparents are the ones who really love you lots and that they can do the most care. And sometimes when your parents can have a go at you, it's your grandparents that always try to stop that. Yeah.
I'd like to know, just with the grandmother, A, how old is she, and B, are there any kind of issues with maybe dementia or Alzheimer's, because I know people with conditions like that can get very they can get a bit sort of easily irritable and agitated when things happen that are unexpected, stuff like that. I mean, I remember my granddad when he was still alive and he had Alzheimer's. As it got along and his condition worsened and worsened, he could very easily become irate over small things, and it was that can sometimes happen, but I feel like maybe a bit more information might be needed on this one. But just based on what's written, I would say yes, your life sucks, definitely. But who knows? Maybe there's more to it.
That's quite sad, really.
It is, yeah. I think it's because obviously, like, as their memory kind of goes, it becomes more. They just get agitated more easily, and quite understandable. Like, because my granddad, there came a point in his life where he couldn't remember who my grandma was. He thought she was like a squatter in the house, things like this.
Oh God.
Yeah, and it was just like.
Jeez.
There were some days where he could be quite lucid, but there were other days where he just would wake up and he was completely fucking confused, did not know what the hell was going on, and he would just get very agitated very quickly.
Oh, that's not at all.
It's Alzheimer's, dementia, really cruel conditions they are, and it's I certainly think as global life expectancies improve, that's an area where there's going to be a lot of investment and research into trying to find treatments and potentially even ways of stopping those conditions in their tracks. And it also really emphasises the need, ladies and gentlemen, that at all stages of your life, keep your mind stimulated as often as you can, just to ward that sort of thing off.
Keep your mental health in progress.
Indeed.
Keep it well as well, because you want to be, especially in the times we're in at the moment. It might be affecting some people's mental health.
Yeah, indeed. Went on a bit of a digression there, but that's what we like with this kind of video. Okay, get on to the final one then, I think, shall we?
The final one, which happens to be a spicy.
Is it me or you? I've already forgotten.
It's you.
Wow, just talking about Alzheimer's and forgetfulness. There we go. So today I've been married for 6 months, not going well as it is the title, by the way. My husband and I are in our early 20s, and not only does he have absolutely no interest in any kind of sexual act with me, he actually becomes angry and irritated when I try to come on to him. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Strange.
Right.
It's a bit of an odd one, that. I mean, ultimately, my kind of honest advice would be, if this was something that he didn't really
Is he getting
kind of
stressed
mention,
out?
Yeah,
is he having a bad time at work?
you need to sit down and have a talk about it and see what the deal is, because like I think Phil says, maybe there's perhaps something going on in his life that's a bit frustrating, or that needs just talking about, or and maybe ultimately, if you can't kind of solve it, I don't know, I hate to say it, but maybe it's a relationship that in the long run might not work out, but before we get to that stage, have a chat about it and see if there's a reason for this.
Oh God, you definitely need to have a chat.
Yes,
I would 100% say that.
Indeed.
Maybe it's due to as well, the COVID-19 that's happening.
Could just be stress related to that. You never know.
Yeah, that's affecting everyone at the moment, and it's causing a lot of people to enter into stressy states, because it's just not a normal thing that should be happening.
Yeah, indeed. Your life sucks on that one, OP. I think you're just going to have to try and find out what's going on in this regard with him, if there's something he needs to get off his chest or something.
Yeah.
Indeed. So there you go, everybody. I think we've gone through quite a interesting selection of FMLs this time around. Quite a few spicy ones as well.
Quite a few spicy ones. Because the good thing about this is constantly updating every single day.
Indeed.
So there's always going to be new ones and things like that that pop up.
Absolutely. So there you go. Hope you found our advice helpful, everybody, as best as as best as we could give it. We'll start drawing things down here. So thanks for joining me there, Phil.
Lovely jubbly, absolutely. It's good to help people out as well.
Yeah. And I've still got these adverts on my screen at the moment for the Jerry Anderson store.
I know there's adverts.
Thunderbird
I've got the
Yeah.
mystery visual novel you've been waiting for, and
Right.
something about World of Warcraft Shadowlands.
Okay,
Which actually
yeah.
is a new expansion, which is about the 500th expansion pack for World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my ads haven't changed. It's all still just Thunderbird's merchandise. It seems that the Google AdSense ad algorithms just want me to really buy Thunderbird's merchandise, apparently. So
Thunderbirds are go.
Thunderbirds are go. There you are. What a classic show. Here we are. Yeah.
You could clearly see the strings, couldn't you?
Yeah, well, it was a 60s thing, so yeah, that's part of the charm of it. But yeah, in that case, we'll wrap up here. So, Facebook and Twitter links down below, along with a link to my propagandist channel for anyone interested. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And we'll see you sometime soon for some more FMLs, hopefully. Goodbye, everybody.
Oh, I've got to say goodbye now. I didn't even realise that. So I'm going to say goodbye.
There you go. Goodbye, everybody. Clearly it didn't go well. Oh, jeez. Well, hello there. This is the laundry room, apparently. Yeah, we always seem to get fan service every so often, don't we? Katoa slightly crept into the laundry room. I can't speak all of a sudden. Oh, right, we're getting all the fan service, it seems. To her chagrin, the captain and the doctor are already there, both with disappointed expressions. Oh, hey guys, what brings you here?
This is all your fault.
Okay, Sarah's just going straight for the B word, it would appear. You bit. Erica stretched out an arm in warning.
What the hell?
Yeah, I was going to change this one to yeah, Katoha, I saw the security video, we know what you did. Oops. It was just supposed to be a prank, you know. It wasn't supposed to be all that mushy. I just wanted to cover you guys in a dry flour, you know, like in those older prank videos.